David got an alter ego.
I have this alter ego called itami, which means pain in Japanese. A main motif of the album is
He has an alter ego, itami, and that means pain in Japanese. Why is the Japanese aspect relevant? Well, because he's throat chakra deep in the anime world, and anytime I see that and it's a young person like this, I'm thinking they're not just watching Kiki's Delivery Service. They probably done been groomed in an online gang. That's just what I just assume, and I'm not saying it because he is a person of color. In fact, and indeed, I'd be more likely to believe it of a person who is white, because I have seen these online grooming gangs, and I am once again desperate to get y'all to care about it. Okay, once again coming to you to tell you there are gangs and cults online, and it is the most disgusting stuff that they're doing. They are blackmailing children. They are sexually exploiting children. They are getting children to do unspeakable acts, not only to themselves, but to their siblings. Some of it, yes, is sexual. Some of it is just violent. It is just violent. So there's a bunch of different kind of, like, I would say portals or doorways. We'll say doorways. That sounds less esoterical. Okay. There's a bunch of doorways, a bunch of funnels. There's a bunch of entry points into this entangled death cult. Okay. That's grooming children online, and it's happening in the US. It's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Australia, Ireland, it's happening everywhere. Okay. There's a bunch of funnels into this death cult where children are getting exploited and abused and killed and groomed to kill and things like that. Okay. One of the entry points is animated television shows. One of the entry points is anime, the cartoon, and one of the entry points. And then it's like, oh, I heard you like anime. And then they're showing you hentai. Okay. And then after hentai, then it's gooning. And then it's all these roads lead to one place. Okay. So he's talking about the Japanese word for pain. Okay. Red flag number freaking one.
the invisible string theory, the Korean ideology of the invisible string theory. Everybody's connected from this invisible life force, and I flipped that for this story, as in everybody is connected to itami.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not an expert here, but even I know what he is saying is wrong and incorrect, and I just can't let it go. Unchecked on my page. Okay. There's string theory. There's the red thread or the red string theory. And then there is the invisible string theory. And he has just collapsed all three of them into one, which shows that he actually doesn't have a very developed intellectual frontal cortex. Okay. He wants to, but he's like 18 or 19 years old in this video. Okay. He's like a pseudo intellectual. All right. The red string theory is not the same thing as string theory. Okay. String theory is not the same thing. All of these things could be equated into also like particle physics and quantum entanglement, quantum physics. But he just wants to sound smart. And if he were going after women his own age or older, they would immediately say, little boy, what are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. But a 13-year-old might be extremely impressed with this. You know what I mean? Like, just saying. Just saying.
My alter ego, who was like the agent of chaos in my entire aesthetic. You see him in various music videos. He'll pop up, and he's basically like the evil version of me. And he's kind of garnered this cult that follows after him. And in the One More Dance music video, you follow the relationship of two of the cult members, and they're going around with me in the trunk to bury me after I died. And they're just like,
girl. Okay, look, listen. I want I'll tell you one thing. If this man is innocent, he has been the biggest self-saboteur of all freaking time. All right. What the blank? He said he got an alter ego. Its name means pain or fear, whatever it was, in Japanese. And he's got a cult that follows him around. He's this blindfolded guy with blood handprints all over him. Don't want to even think about how that got there. And I mean, this is exactly who even thinks of this concept. And like, I actually listen. I've made a couple music videos in my life. All right. It's like, not that, nowhere near this. I've never been signed to a label and I never will. But like when you're making a music video, let's go back to the group project for class. If you had to make a video, the things that come into your mind are things that or they're things that you're familiar with, or they're things that you really like, have in your own mind. Like it has to come from you. It has to come from inside of here, unless you saw it somewhere else. So it's like, I'm 35 years old. I have been through I'm almost double the age of this guy. Okay. I've been through almost 2 full lifetimes as compared to his 1 full lifetime. All right. And when I sit down to make a music video, I'm like, let's get on the jet ski. Let's twirl around a tree. Let's go to the Cotton Museum. Okay. Let's run by the water. Let's walk on a dock. If I'm making a sad song, maybe I'll sit by a window and it'll be raining outside. Okay. What on earth has to happen in a 20-year-old person's life to make them say, oh, I got a good idea. I'm going to make an alter ego. He's a killer. He's an agent of chaos and he has cult following him that buries bodies for him and chops bodies up for him. What? Who's he been hanging around with? The freaking cartel? What is this? What is this? He's got a cult following him around in his alter ego world. The man might need a conservatorship.
I have this alter ego.
Hold on.
Pain in Japanese. A main motif of the album is the invisible string theory, the Korean ideology of the invisible string theory. Everybody's connected from this invisible life force. So the Koreans do have a string theory, but it's not everybody is connected through this invisible life force. The Koreans specifically believe that individuals are specifically connected, but then there's a larger connection. The string itself is connecting individuals, but not all of us. Like there's specific like strings connecting harder and more intense, but this like the string connecting everybody thing is actually a larger facet and component of most Eastern religious ideals, which is that everything is one and everything is connected. But again, he don't really get it. He's trying, but he's too infested and possessed with demons or something with this alter ego. I really don't know. Poor thing, bless his heart. He needs to read some books. Maybe he'll have some time to do that soon. I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty. And I flipped that for this story, as in everybody is connected to Itami, my alter ego, who was like the agent of chaos in my entire aesthetic. You see him in various music videos. He'll pop up and he's basically like the evil version of me. Evil. And he's kind of garnered this cult that followed after him. And in the One More Dance music video, we followed the relationship of 2 of the cult members, and they're going around with me in the trunk to bury me after I died. And they're just like wreaking havoc on the city. And that was the kind of cool like piece to show just like the layers that I have to this lore and this world building that I'm doing. It's not cool, actually. So I'm gonna stop you right there. It's definitely not cool. It's sick. And I rebuke. When we talked about his alter ego yesterday, and it was like a cult leader, and he had a cult following around him, and they would help him bury bodies, and then they unalived him or whatever, and he was like, and it means pain or whatever in Japanese. So I have some more information on that from another content creator. This is Imoni Stump. And it's a little bit of a video. So it's 30 seconds long. Let's see what she has to say about this alter ego.
Gosh, so you actually might be onto something. I ran to Google to see what itami means. It means pain. His pain ended in August of 2025. You said she might be gone for a month. You might be right. But he had a memorial and his fans attended. He had a real casket in there, and fans were really leaving messages. Another thing that was creepy, he actually had a funeral director there. Unloading the casket, this is creepy.
For what? For freaking what? He had the obituary for this itami February 2023 through August 2025. So this character he put to rest, but the character started in 2023, February 2023. Itami from the David universe. February 2023 to August 2025. August 2025 was last month and could have also been the month that Celeste became no longer among the living. But it could have been September as well. It for me. Okay, could be. Because he likes to use that A, that V, that different, all of that. Okay, so I wanted to show you all that. What else? Speaking of Itami, let's go to David's Instagram itself. So these shirts are no longer for sale. They're pulled from the merch website, but he does still have the Instagram post up. David with the blue check mark. He's got the 3 Ds here. And look at this setup he's got going on here. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the nose, Band-Aid, but this is shirts. These are shirts that he is selling. And it's the same as, you know, this type of wardrobe that the Itami character was wearing. Now, at the time, February 13th, 2025, this Itami fictional character would have still been alive. Now, yesterday he said this Itami character was an agent of chaos and, you know, just like kind of a bad guy, the alter ego that kind of, you know, he turns into for his music videos or whatever. But I'm kind of like, I mean, girl, did you turn into that alter ego to do something else in August 2025, right before you were you were decommissioned? I mean, I don't know. This definitely does play into the acting craft of being an actor, being in theater. People do kind of like live their lives as characters. And this goes back really centuries. And people kind of start living a different life. Jim Carrey is a method actor. Heath Ledger was a method actor. He lived as the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix is a method actor. Ariana Grande is a method actor. They kind of become the character and just don't switch out of it until they're done with the character, done with the movie. This, I think, is great if, you know, it doesn't affect you mentally at all, but I just don't think there's any possible way that doesn't affect you mentally. I mean, look what happened to Heath Ledger. After he played the Joker. I mean, he was actually gone by the time the Joker movie came out, I think Heath Ledger was already dead. So he did decommission this character. And it's kind of like, I mean, was he living as the character while he was writing the album? Shia LaBeouf is another method actor, and Shia LaBeouf and Joaquin Phoenix and them, I mean, they would like actually participate in like criminal activities. Like Shia LaBeouf was like basically living as a gangster, like a Los Angeles gangster at one point because he was playing that in a movie. And he was like really having horrible, you know, like relations with the people in his life and stuff. He just wouldn't click out the character. This happens a lot. So I'm almost wondering, like, did David just sort of adopt this character to role play and to method act in order to write his album and go on his tour? Why is it that the character died at his first show? I mean, there's just a lot of questions I have. Maybe it wasn't his first show, but it does say August 2025. Again, too, y'all, like, I don't know where this came from. Somebody could have photoshopped this. I mean, I could probably make that on Canva right now. So I'm not even sure of the authenticity, but I have seen place after place after place, person after person after person saying that he was, you know, he did have this sort of alter ego. He also did talk about it. And we played that yesterday. I played that yesterday on the channel for y'all to listen to, the interview that he did where he was the character and he's like, I have this alter ego and he's this agent of chaos, etc., etc. But here, this is February 2025. This is this year. It says limited edition Itami Withered. So Withered's the name of his tour and his album, I think. Cover vinyl out now and custom bloody shirts made by me. So if anybody bought any of them custom bloody shirts, I need you to bring that down to the DNA testing lab, girl. I need you to go see. Exactly. Somebody said 23 weeks ago, what do you mean my bloody shirts made by me? On my website now, go get some. You got the blood again. Look, it's like blood everywhere. Okay, this is weird. How many did he unalive this time? But this is 31 weeks ago. See, as you can see down here, comments have been limited here. So I can't even leave a comment on here if I wanted to. But all these comments are from before this news. I mean, Celeste was probably even maybe still alive at this point. This was all the way back at the beginning of the year, this year. Now Celeste was missing. She had been missing for almost a year at that point. But wait. No. Yeah. Because it's just back in February this year. She went missing March last year. So limited edition itami withered cover vinyl out now, plus custom bloody shirts made by me. Laugh emoji, wilting rose emoji. What do you mean bloody shirts made by me? Te amo, heart eyes. Blood again. How many did he unalive this time? Someone wrote in, what is this? I don't, cuantos. That must be some like Spanish. How many did he unalive this time? This is 31 weeks ago. This is before any of this news broke. Somebody said hard. Love your music. Keep up the great work. Spanish comment. He doesn't know how much I love this. I love listening to him. You're mad cute. I'm just scrolling to see. I'm just scrolling to see what these comments are. If y'all want to, if y'all want to pause and read. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything too much more going on here. It has 80,000 likes. My God. Okay, well, anyway, let's scroll through. What in the hell is this? This looks like the Blair Witch Project. I don't know what the hell this thing is. This is the album cover. And this is another thing too, like, I keep reiterating it, okay? And like, I don't actually think there's really anything at all, strictly speaking, wrong with even making an album that has some homage to death, or like making a music video that has some, violent tendencies or themes. I know some of y'all might think it, but I don't personally think it's just necessarily just wrong out the gate. What I start to wonder about, and what starts to look really bad, even if this guy is completely innocent, is look at the cover of the vinyl. It's all just unaliving and blood and death and gore. It's I guess supposed to be trying to be cool. I don't know what this big wheel is. I'm going to take a picture of it though. And he does have he has some spray bottles with what appears to be fake blood. But this also reminds me of Lil Nas X was selling shoes with his actual blood in it, which seems like a biohazard to me. It's probably fake blood, truly, but like, it's just when your whole entire brand from exactly altogether, it's creepy. The thing in the background is a balloon that has a number 4 in it, and it's red with wraps over it. It's a balloon with wraps over it. Why does it say the number 4? Yeah, they have handprints on them. Maybe it's the 4 because the name David. Makes sense. A lot of people are making this comparison. It's Portuguese, not Spanish. Thank you for the correction. Only word I really recognized was the cuantos. So I don't know. Smudging the screen. Tony Hawk did it too. Yes, that is disgusting. That is disgusting. That is nasty. He's nasty for that. That being said, it's not, it just doesn't look good. you know a person by the art they make, you know a person by the company they keep. This is kind of one of those things. And I do believe that, you know, young men should be allowed to have their little moment of creative expression, young women as well. And I actually think most people it kind of like evens out. Certainly that was my experience. Like by the time you're like in your 30s, you're kind of like, all right, like there's definitely some really bad stuff going on out here in the world. So maybe, you know, I need to look at the brighter side of life and stop being so emo all the damn time. I personally, everybody has gone through this to some extent. It's the hero's journey, as they say. Everybody likes a comeback story, but I'm just going to say it's going to be really hard for him to come back from this. I'm just going to say it's going to be really hard to come back from this. And it has a lot to do with the art that he has made. Somebody's art is not enough to prosecute them. However, I do think that somebody's art can tell you a lot about them. And we're not just talking about the front cover. I mean, he is making shirts to appear like they were involved in a gruesome and violent, probably unaliving. I mean, he's looking at making them. He's making them. Could he have made these same shirts with a bunch of different colors and so it wasn't red, so it didn't look like blood? Yeah, he could have made them with red and white and blue and orange and pink and a bunch of different colors on there. No, he intentionally has made this to look like somebody died or killed something in the shirt. And again, he really likes the imagery of destroying purity. He likes to take the Hello Kitty and make it gothic. He likes to take the, you know, little pink nails and make it evil looking. He likes to take the clean white crispy shirts and put blood all over them. Like he likes to make art which is a destruction of purity. That is what it is in my artistic analysis. I did take fine art surveys, so basically I'm an expert. Okay. Oh, he has 4 personalities in his anime headcanon. Oh, that's interesting. To my knowledge, the autopsy report has not been released. And I imagine that's because they're waiting for a toxicology report. I don't know how long that's going to take. I know for like an average citizen, that can take up to 3 months. So we'll see. Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching the channel. What you just saw was a clip from a longer video. If you want to watch the full video, you can do that right here or I don't know, here. One of those spots. Also, do me a favor, make sure you didn't get unsubscribed. You know, sometimes that happens. Did you like the video? Love you, meaning. Okay, bye.